Get ready for the biggest week of giveaways in Sunrise history. We're giving away a $50,000 car in a brand new game.
We're giving away holidays, Tuscany, Ireland, Japan, the list goes on.
And we're giving away 100 Taylor Swift tickets.
This is Australia's biggest Taylor Swift giveaway right here on Sunrise.
Start with Sunrise. This week on 7 News, Sydney's classroom revolution, the co-ed explosion, why families are queuing up to get in, what really is best, and the classes where 9 out of 10 students have private tutors. Is it really worth the cost? Our education special reports on 7 News at 6.
The cost to upgrade North Sydney Olympic Pool is set to surpass $100 million. That's almost double the original estimate, as Council considers taking out a $20 million loan for the revamp. Defects were uncovered in a steel structure that contractors had to pull down last year. The pool closed 3 years ago and may not reopen until next year. Let's check your finance now, and there was a dip for the Aussie market today. Here's Laura Besarati from CommSec.
Good afternoon, that's right. The Aussie market did end lower by roughly 30 points or 0.4%, snapping a 3-day winning streak. We saw 6 of the 11 sectors pushing higher, but the broad declines were primarily driven by a 5% fall in our third largest stock, CSL. That's after announcing that its biggest ever clinical trial didn't reach the desired results. CSL is developing a drug to reduce the chance of patients experiencing a second heart attack. So this setback in their trials has certainly not been well received by its shareholders today, given that there were high hopes for this treatment. This also comes ahead of CSL's latest profit results being released on Tuesday. Elsewhere, JB Hi-Fi shares hit a record high despite posting softer profits and sales over the past 6 months. This is because analysts had forecast its results to be worse as consumers cut back on spending. But retailers in general have been resilient based on results from a number of retail companies over the past week or so. Finally, the Aussie dollar currently buys 65.1 US cents. Have a lovely night.
Sydney's 6 p.m. news is coming up with Mark Ferguson. Hi there, Mark. What's on the program?
Yeah, good afternoon, Anne. Plenty happening this afternoon, including more on that wild police chase from the Central Coast to Western Sydney. A group of teenagers in a stolen luxury car on an early morning joyride. How police caught up with them. Murderers, sex offenders and violent criminals. Shocking new details about the offenders released from detention following last year's High Court ruling. The federal government accused of putting the public at risk. Sydney's asbestos emergency spreads, and now the potentially deadly substance has been discovered at a school and a hospital. Co-ed versus same-sex. What's best for your child? The Sydney suburbs where parents are getting more choice. Barnaby Joyce breaks his silence about his embarrassing drunken night out. And exclusive behind-the-scenes access to the Super Bowl spectacular as Taylor Swift jets in to support her boyfriend. And we'll have the result as well. All that and plenty more tonight at 6 o'clock.
See you then, Fergo. Thank you. It's become one of the biggest issues plaguing families across New South Wales. Domestic violence. Now, police have taken a major step to tackle the problem. Liam Tapper was granted exclusive access to the citywide blitz that saw hundreds of alleged offenders arrested and charged.
On the front line, this team is tackling one of our most crippling issues, targeting the most high-risk domestic violence offenders in the country.
Open the door, we're going to force it!
This is Operation Amarok.
Are we talking about the worst of the worst?
Yes, these are people that are indifferent to the safety of their family and friends.
It's a large-scale crackdown on violent individuals deemed a critical risk to society.
I think they're right up there with terrorists. They terrorise their victims.
Sunrise was given exclusive access behind the scenes of the operation with the Liverpool Proactive Crime Unit. 4 days targeting Tier 1 criminals through southwest Sydney.
This is our first bloke, and then after each one we'll just scrum back up, pick on the next one and go to that one.
This the first job of the afternoon for this strike team. A man wanted for allegedly stalking and intimidating his former partner.
Just stay still.
The police had intelligence that there was a man inside that had breached his AVO on multiple occasions and also had breached his bail conditions.
Good job on that one. He had some knuckle dusters on him and then dropped them, so he did really well.
On average, one woman loses their life to domestic violence each week across the country.
There's about 144,000 calls per year for domestic violence incidences. That's 400 a day, and it equates to about 1 every 4 minutes that New South Wales Police respond to.
Danielle Emerton has been in the force for more than 30 years. Never before has she seen such commitment to combating DV. Now, New South Wales Police have developed an Australian first, the Domestic and Family Violence Registry.
They think they can't be stopped, but they can be, and we're going to stop them.
As night falls, the jobs pick up. The Amarok squad is called out to a DV offender who has fled police on foot. Wanted for allegedly breaching his bail conditions, he's swarmed on and found hiding under this house. During Operation Amarok, the police will call on a number of resources, including Pole Air, the Raptor squad and the dog unit, like this job here tonight. But at the end of the day, they say that it's up to the community to help call out these domestic violence offenders.
We all need to work as a society and stamp this out.
A force keeping the faith in a plan to save lives.
We're also developing new technology, new legislation's coming in, and I believe all of these are strategies that will help curb domestic violence.
Liam Tapper reporting. Next in 7's afternoon news, Angie will be here with your latest weather forecast.
Good afternoon, Andrea Purmono here in the AllCastle Homes traffic chopper in Mount Druitt. Carlisle Avenue now reopened southbound towards Great Western Highway. That's from an earlier accident. The tow trucks are just leaving now. Crews remain on site taking out the left lane with traffic back to Luxford Road. AllCastle Homes architecturally customises duplexes to suit your site and budget. Interested in subdivision? Inquire now. allcastlehomes.com.au.
In 7 News, teenagers arrested after a chase from the Central Coast to Sydney's west. Sydney's asbestos scare spreads to a school and hospital. Stamp duty shame calls to help home buyers. Why supermarket prices could be dropping. And a Super Bowl last-second thriller, Taylor Swift joins the Chiefs' wild celebrations. That's 6.
Angie's here with our forecast, and it's heating up, Angie.
And temperatures to climb into the 30s right across Sydney tomorrow. Today, we weren't far off that mark. The CBD's top was 29 degrees and we only reached that after 4 p.m. It is still 29 degrees now. On the satellite, a high-pressure system over the Tasman Sea is extending a ridge across the New South Wales coastline. That is maintaining these settled and mostly cloud-free conditions. And that pattern remains tomorrow. It will eventually be replaced with a frontal system and trough due to move through the state's south later tomorrow, reaching central parts of the coast on Wednesday. And that will bring showers and cooler temperatures. Around the capitals, the heat continues for Melbourne, 37 degrees on the way, followed by a late grey change. Hobart to also reach an unseasonable 30. Canberra 31 degrees with showers. Brisbane a passing shower and 30. Perth to hit 35. So the only capitals not to reach the 30s are Adelaide and Darwin for a change. Back in the CBD, it's a warm night on the way. 21 the forecast low, a top of 31, mostly sunny, northeasterly winds with a late storm possible. Ahead, those showers then continue into Wednesday, signalling the start of a cooler run of days. Tops in the 20s for Friday, the heaviest falls of the week, then high 20s and low 30s with showers over the weekend. Much lighter falls by this time next week, but tomorrow looking pretty good. More weather at 6 a.m.
Sure is. Thank you, Angie. And that is Sydney's 4 p.m. news for this Monday. Mark Ferguson will bring you 7 News at 6. I'm Ann Sanders. Stay with 7 Now for the chase, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
Stream 7 News anytime, live and on demand on 7 Plus. And with 7news.com.au, you'll know the news now.